Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Mikayil Faye and his chances of going into the first team. And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about Dembele's reasons on why he left Barcelona, because apparently it was because of the competition that was emerging into the first team squad. Then lastly, I do want to just quickly talk about Ferran Torres and his position with FC Barcelona. So if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. This is where we do talk about everything regarding FC Barcelona. So if you are a Barcelona fan, this is going to be the channel for you. Everything is going to be organized on the timeline down below, so if you do want to skip to certain parts, you guys can, so because again everything is going to be evenly divided on the timeline. So I hope you guys do enjoy this one. And let's talk about Mikayil Faye first. And it says here, according to Relevo, that Barcelona believe Mikayil Faye has clear first team potential. If nothing goes wrong, he will get there because he has the necessary conditions. Xavi follows him closely. So if you guys were wondering if Faye had any chances of going to the first team this season, yes, there is very strong chances. It's just going to be taking some time. And I do think that it is a very important time to talk about any potential young center backs going into the first team, because right now our main group of center backs, they're experiencing a lot of injuries. Like we saw Koundé had to leave the pitch at one point. We saw Inigo Martinez just recently also leave the pitch. Sometimes we could see Araujo get injured. We never know. So it's good to hear that we do have other center back options in Barcelona Athletic, and very strong options, because Mikayil Faye is no joke. If you guys have been following him over the past 10 matches, this guy really does know how to defend. And when I mean by defend, I mean defend. He looks and very much resembles Ronald Araujo in terms of tackling. As a matter of fact, earlier today during the training sessions, there were multiple players that did participate in the first team training session, like Astragala, Gerard Martin, Alarcon, and also Mikayil Faye, also with Pau Cubarsí and Hector Fort. So they are very much involved. Now here's the thing, there is another center back that is higher in the pecking order in terms of who are they going to be calling in to the first team in case one of our center backs ever do get injured and we go through an injury crisis. It's not actually Mikayil Faye who is first choice from Barca Athletic, but it is Pau Cubarsí, who is only 16 years old. And it says here, according to Tony Juan Martí, that Pau Cubarsí is the chosen one to cover for Inigo Martinez's absence. He will be the fourth center back in the squad until the end of this year. Xavi does like Cubarsí profile a lot. He has already trained with the first team on numerous occasions and also included in some squad lists. Everything indicates that he will be in the squad for the game against Girona, and he could even make his debut for the first team in the Copa del Rey in January if they do get such an opponent. So it's great news to hear that one of our young center backs are going into the first team for the rest of this year. Again, Mikayil Faye is a great, phenomenal center back, but he is not first choice. Pau Cubarsí is above him, but eventually he will get there. If you guys are unfamiliar with the work of Mikayil Faye, he is a left center back. He has been great all season. He's very well known for his tackles and his dribbles, and he did make already a couple of appearances during the preseason, and he was very solid. So he is arriving at this club at a very good moment and performing at a very good moment, because we have again Araujo, Koundé, Christensen, Inigo Martinez, Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso does not even get used. We also have to keep in mind that other center backs like Eric Garcia will definitely not be returning. Lenglet will also not be returning, even though it has been considered over the past week, but he will not be returning. And so to hear that Mikayil Faye and Pau Cubarsí are very much close to the first team, I think that these are going to be the next group of center backs going into the squad list, and it's such a perfect moment. And hopefully Mikayil Faye gets a couple of minutes during the Copa del Rey, because I was looking at those teams that Barcelona might potentially face. I'm like, what is this? Like, who even are these teams? And I'm not even trying to give like some disrespect to these teams, but I'm like, this is the reason why Joan Laporta and Florentino Perez wants the Super League, because who is going to be seeing these matches? Like, go look at the list. It's just embarrassing. Who is going to be watching it? And can you imagine one of our quality players getting injured in one of those games? It's not worth it, and we lose money because no one's going to be watching it. There's not enough TV revenue, and I'm going through like an off-topic conversation, but it is what it is, and no wonder we're promoting the Super League and wanting the Super League so bad. It's because of games like this. But anyways, that is going to be the latest updates regarding Mikayil Faye and our other young center backs. I do want to move on towards the next conversation for today. So again, I'm going to be calling out some things. There has been some excuses regarding why Dembele left Barcelona in the first place. And so this is what a journalist had to say on the potential reasons why Dembele left, and I quote, "Why did Dembele leave Barcelona? They convinced him by telling him that how he is going to compete on equal terms against a winger whose agent is now the sports director of Barcelona. At that time, Deco's arrival had not yet been made official. We all knew that he was going to be the sports director, but he did not officially name himself as that because he hadn't solved the issue of his agency yet." And so basically, this is what Sissoko had to tell Dembele. How will you play when your direct competitor, Raphinha, and his agent is the sport director of the team, who is Deco? How would they treat you? So isn't that just insane to see how the agent manipulated Dembele to say you're not going to be getting no minutes because Raphinha will be getting the majority of the minutes. And I just find that insane because, to be very honest, I honestly don't even believe this. I honestly don't think that he left because of the potential competition that he was going to face at Barcelona. I still think that he left because the bag was bigger over there. I just refuse to believe that Dembele left because he was scared of the competition. Like, yes, we also heard that Dembele said the sporting project was much more interesting at PSG. So maybe it could be true. But honestly, whether it's him having the bigger bag or getting away from the competition, it still comes down to one conclusion: a fool. You just end up going under the same label. A very uninspiring career. So these excuses on whether Dembele left because of the competition or he left because of the bag, it does not matter. And it doesn't make his situation better. So this excuse means nothing to me. The only thing that we do know is that Dembele is being manipulated by the wrong people, right? The agent. It's crazy how much effect the agent does have. Whether one of these two things are true, it really doesn't matter, because it just seems like at the end of the day, the agent was looking for reasons for the player to leave Barcelona to benefit himself. And that is why I just do think that in the future it's going to be very important for us to analyze when we do welcome new players to Barcelona, who their agent is and how they act. So now I do want to move on towards the last topic, and I just want to quickly just have a appreciative moment on where Barcelona stand today regarding their attacking options, because Vitor Roque is going to be joining Barcelona in a couple of weeks, and now we officially, as of January 1st, once that time does pass, we will have 6 total attackers in a team that does require 3. We're going to be having Raphinha, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Vitor Roque, Joao Felix, and Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres will be staying for sure. Many were thinking that Ferran Torres was probably going to go to maybe Sevilla, Valencia, Inter Milan, AC Milan, but no, he will be staying. He wants to compete for a position in this club, and this is what Sport had to say. Ferran Torres has spoken to Xavi, and he told him that he has no intentions of leaving the club this winter. The coach continues to have trust on him and doesn't want to lose anyone in a short squad with injuries, which is very true. And I think that Ferran Torres does deserve to have continuity with the club because of what he brings. He's very efficient, very effective. There's a stat that says here that with the exception of the first league game against Getafe, Ferran Torres has taken part in all Barcelona games this season, scoring 5 times and assisting in 2 within a total of 19 games. So I think that Ferran Torres is a player that Barcelona should be having because he is someone who wants to make a comeback. Remember that in the beginning of the season, he called himself like the tiger or like the lion or something like that, the eagle, and that he has been reborn. And I think that we need to continue to use Ferran Torres because he has goals set for himself. And again, many thought that he was going to be leaving because with the inclusion of Vitor, maybe we could have seen a potential exit. I don't think so. I think that out of all of these players, there is one player that does seem the most versatile, and that is Ferran Torres. Yes, we are going to be seeing Ferran Torres compete for the spot of Joao Felix, Vitor Roque compete for the spot of Lewandowski, and also Lamine Yamal competing for the spot of Raphinha. But the one player that can fit in all of these positions, it is Ferran Torres. So I hope that in the second half of the season, as we finish this year, Ferran Torres has one of the biggest impacts at Barcelona.